Hello! It's stream time. Let's pause that. Hey, hello! Today, Falco is wearing glasses because we're gonna get our mystery on. We're gonna play her story, which I think you like. I don't know how it's played. Do you even play it? It's I think you look at videos and try to find clues and solve something. I thought it could be fun. I think it's supposed to be like roughly 2-3 hours. So we're reading it this stream. So it's gonna be fun. So what then? Booting it up right now. Xbox wants me to update, but I will not. I shan't. Oh. Give you. It's nice to look at. You can need glasses. Join the club. Glasses are cool. Log in. Oh. That's the thing I just closed down. Yeah, let's play as me. Wait, I'm logging in. I feel tired. Do you have headache? Because a headache is a surefire proof sign that it is glasses time. I mean, you can go have like you can go do a check for almost free, right? Do it if you think that might be it. Let's start. Do you keyboard and mouse this? I've never seen someone else play through this. Did it with all my housemates when it first came out. Oh! Tori! Got some book next Friday? Nice. Tori. Wait, they're just throwing me straight in? I don't know how to play. Is there a tutorial? Okay, murder. Search. Oh, it's so weird because there's like dirt on the monitor. It makes me feel like it's my monitor. Clip stored in user session. User tags blank. I can fill in tags. Like for myself, I guess. The monitor dirty? No, it's the monitor. It's the game. Has like dirt on its monitor. Well, my monitor is probably also dirty. Now let's play this, I guess.
You think it's murder?
Murder?
I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
That was not a long clip. Do you have a... how's sound for you? Do you want it to be louder?
Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Okay, Simon is murdered.
I didn't murder Simon.
She did not murder Simon.
You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
Okay, so she's our suspect.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now.
You haven't gotten a lawyer yet? You said a lot without a lawyer.
You haven't had a weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other. Just that. Stories.
What do I do now? Do I store them? Like, is that what they want me to do? Was there supposed to be a tutorial? Oh, do I just make up search terms? What if I do weapon? Oh shit. Oh, but can I click this even though this is up? Can I close? Well, oh. Well, I figured that sometimes when you try to press something and something else is in the front, it goes, you know? Introduction to the logic database. Computer technology is the backbone of modern police work. The logic database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, what's the difference between efficient and effective? Can you, like, could you say effectively here as well? Or is that then wrong? I feel like I sometimes just pick one of those. Efficiency is a measure of effectiveness. I still don't get it. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be the most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. Efficiency is usually about low time. Because, I mean, I understand that, like, let's say when you use an attack in a Pokemon and it's super effective, you couldn't use efficient there. But I feel like there are times when you can use efficient where I, like, sometimes use effective. And it might be wrong. And this database contains footage transferred from the existing... It would be efficient if you were using the most... Oh, that's a good sentence. Okay, yeah. Okay, I think I'm getting it a little bit. Okay. This database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. It has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. Portsmouth. The audio has been digitally stenographed and the content of the testimony is attached to each clip. Is stenograph when a little lady is sitting and she writes on a super small typewriter really fast? To retrieve a clip, type in a word, e.g. robbery. What is I never understood e.g. here. I'm asking so many questions. I should just read and play the video game. A word that you gendered stenographs. But in movies, it's always an old woman. Give me an example. Okay. Into the search field. Click search and the database will return all clips in which the speaker uses that word. To narrow a search, use multiple words. Robbery, supermarket. If you are working from a printed transcript, you can be even more precise. Use inverted commas to search for an exact match against the entire statement. Yes, I was there. Is this an inverted comma? To store a clip for later reference, click add to session. Also, if you wish to add... Oh, the citation marks is an inverted comma. To store a clip for later reference, click add to session. Also, if you wish to add additional tags of your own to help future searches, please click in the user tags bar. Oh, that's what that was for, okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I don't know if I want to store. Can I unadd to session? I thought that this is what I had to do. Maybe here. Oh shit. But I might prefer this. Do you guys think this is annoying? I feel like this became too boring. It is easier to look at though. We'll do this for a while at least. I wanna hear about weapon. No, I added the session. I was gonna play. Oh fuck.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon.
Oh, it's the one
You
I've
have
seen.
And all these stories we've been telling each other.
Okay, but I've seen that one. Let's do Simon. Simon? Oh, we got a lot on this one. I keep pressing space. There's nothing.
Simon Smith.
Okay, Simon Smith.
He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass.
What's up, Alex?
Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature
Yeah,
windows,
UK alert.
artistic things. Really beautiful things.
Do you think I also have to keep track of like times and what she's doing and things?
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build.
What is 6 foot?
He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair.
Okay. She's anti-ginger. William's height? Okay.
Instead of spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome.
Last year in Rome. We didn't get to see it.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there. There's some like
In UK they use a stone. He's 6 stones tall.
Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Peter.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games. You know, climb the tower, save the princess. That kind of
Okay, he plays a Jump King.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident.
This is a different room. Like, this is a different... She's wearing different things and they're in a different room. I want to delete these. These are different days. God, I feel like I want to have notes, like, on the side. I'm gonna try to close this because I just want to... Oh, no. I just wanted to see what was on the desktop. Alright, let's go back in. Can I move it? Ah, you just move it. Oh, really read me? I didn't really read it. Hey, here's the database. I filed a Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the original tapes in 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit, and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detectives' footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time. What's in the rubbish bin? Hack. Groke hack. Done for the mums. One for the mums here. Classic 2-player strategy for lunchtime gaming. Enjoy. That's a mom. Cracks with class. Okay, I don't understand. Oh, they heard the game. I don't know how to play game. It's a DB checker. Oh, database. I clearly do not remember how an old computer works. Oh wow. I kind of miss when things looked like this. They would never ever design a clock that looks like this and put it in your computer anymore. Because now everything's just supposed to look boring and simple, you know? Where's this? I'm gonna write Peter, because she wrote said Peter. I've seen it before, but let's watch it again.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with. And the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen.
Helen. Let's search Helen.
Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Helen. Oh, one more Helen.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
She's not blonde. Argument. Okay. We're striking gold.
It was Friday evening. We had an argument.
I actually need to get a piece of paper. I have it right next to me. It won't take long. I feel like I'm gonna have... There's an app called Sticky Notes here. Sticky notes were not invented in the 90s. Capture the sticky notes so you can see it. It's on your regular computer. Oh yeah, that's true. I guess that makes more sense. Let me see if I can find sticky notes. I might have them pinned. I'm also a huge fan of a nice analog note, but we can do this. Can I make like a capture that is just sticky note? Every 45 minutes. Let's see here. I'm thinking if I do a... It's not a display capture, right? But it's like a window capture. I'll call it sticky note. Now you're seeing Xbox. Wait, it doesn't count. Sticky note doesn't count. You can't screen share a sticky note? Yeah, window didn't work. It's just I can't really do a desktop capture because like all of my like everything's occupied, you know what I mean? I only have 2 monitors. Can only pick between Xbox and Twitch. Display but only on the note. Okay, I'll try that. Let's see. We'll put this on display too. Then I might have to do this. Okay, you're gonna get a little bit of inception. How do I crop it? Sorry, you're all seeing this. I don't know how to crop. And then it's so big. I have to also put it somewhere where like it makes sense. Where it's like not in the way. Like if I have it here, and then I would have to try and put the sticky note right there. We could do this. Like so. Oh, psych, you made big money. I think this is fine. Let me know if at any point like the notes or whatever gets cut off, because it's a bit hard for me to see. Let me know if it's sort of looking scuffed. Which one was it that we watched? This one. There was good information in this one.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes heaven.
Not that one. This first one, I think.
So, it was Friday evening.
Friday evening.
Argument.
I don't want to turn it off. It's my, but like Friday evening argument. Bam bam. Oh fuck, my chat is cut off a little bit. I have to do this and then do that. And this. There were dramatic developments at the end, so I made 80k extra. Oh, psych! Did you have like two possible buyers up until the very end and had them fight to the death for your apartment? My old boss, she was selling her one-room apartment on like one of the best streets in Stockholm. And she was actually like going to a cafe to meet the buyer of her apartment to sign the contract. And as soon as she gets there, someone else calls and are like, we will give you more for the apartment. So she's like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to like leave. Kind of sort of explain on my stream tune in. Oh, I'll try to do it for sure. I'm glad you got 80k extra though. Does that mean a Japan trip locked in?
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back.
Okay, he didn't come home on Saturday.
He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon.
Eric.
He had a job, he didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local.
Okay, that's a bar.
I'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Okay. Because I think we have to, okay. Friday evening argument. Simon goes to bar, talks to Helen, who's watching Tour for Japan. Most likely, both my parents or my mom and William's parents are able to watch him. Talks to Helen and bar owners whose name I don't remember. We'll have to look up names. Saturday, supposed to work with Eric, doesn't show. So we have to talk. We have to search Eric. Are we coming with? Yeah, most likely, yeah. And then when did she come to the police?
So, it was Friday evening.
Oh no, the subs.
He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job.
Saturday afternoon.
So
Didn't
Eric
show.
was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
This might still be like a Saturday. Let's watch the others and then search Eric.
His married couple stuff. A stupid argument. Nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to.
Are we thinking she's the Madra?
No.
She's. I'm not getting good vibes from her.
Arguments, but no, he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way.
He never runs off, but he always comes back. What do you mean? This one is a different day. Let's see, 25th, 6. This one is Okay, so this one's quite a bit later.
Yes. He left after the argument. There was about...
Has someone punched her in the face?
Yes. He left after the argument. There was about 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Argument. Left house around 8 o'clock. Okay, let's search Eric. It was with a C, right?
He was wearing a shirt. It's a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric.
Oh, that's his boss.
He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear.
Paddington wears a blue coat.
It's not in the house.
Okay, there's a lot of info here. First of all, Eric, his boss. Let's do down here. Simon wore, what the fuck was it? Blue turtleneck? I cannot write. Working with his boss on the week. Are we smelling a romantic affair?
He was wearing...
Can the subs work?
He was wearing a shirt. It's a blue turtleneck shirt.
Jeans.
And jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one.
Really nice watch.
Eric.
Gift from Eric. Might be relevant.
A long grey duffel coat. Like
long grey duffel. What's a duffel coat?
It's not in the house.
Okay, it's not in the house, but he might not be wearing it. I'm gonna put here user tags, clothing. And I'm gonna add this to session. It might be relevant. She has body language. Yeah, she has the body language of a liar. Never got to know what I missed. You haven't missed much. We pretty much just started. The things that we know so far, you can see it in the notes we've taken here. She has a husband named Simon. They had an argument. Simon left and never came back home. He is murdered, I would assume. And I think she's a suspect. And we have to try to solve it. So far we know that he wore a blue turtleneck and jeans and a really nice watch that he got from his boss, Eric, who he was hanging out with on the week. No, was not hanging out with on the weekend, but was supposed to. Yeah, it's always, yeah. It is her probably that killed him statistically, because it's someone close to you. Almost always.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work.
Cavalier car.
Look after it.
And a van.
I'm not sure about the keys for the van.
Still home. Unsure about keys for van. I have to write that up. Unsure. My notes are already getting messy. Unsure about keys to van.
Yes, that would be in his wallet.
Wallet.
It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash. But Eric convinced him to get one.
Eric is very interesting. But I'm assuming the Visa, it's a credit card, not a debit. I'm gonna watch this one again.
Yes, that would be. Yes, that would be in his wallet.
What would be in his wallet?
Visa,
Okay, yeah.
a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash. But Eric convinced him to get one.
Do you think Eric could be getting him into trouble? Like, Eric seems to have a lot of money and does work on the weekend. I'm starting to smell mafia. You think it's a red herring? I mean, it could be. But I'm starting to think that Eric is like... Are they doing illegal things together on the weekend? Since he's getting nice watches and they're getting cards.
Eric was like an uncle to him.
They're fucking sucking on the weekend, I guess.
Time with each other,
Oh yeah,
especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
He has a wife, Diane. Okay, search Diane.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
But has she been punched in the face since the previous interview? She has like a black eye. Okay, they have kids. Now this is even a few days later.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year.
Why didn't this one show up when I searched Eric?
Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
That time? Why did Eric give Simon an anniversary gift? Wait, I have to watch this again. This is confusing me. The relationship is confusing me.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch.
Fucking subs.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year.
You got it this year.
It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Okay, we don't know what time it is exactly. We could search watch next. Why is Eric giving him a wedding anniversary gift? So confused.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
Have you never eaten fennel? She has a guitar now? Please don't sing a song.
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
Why the fuck do you have a guitar? How many clips are in this? I wanted to search for watch, right?
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us.
Database and desktop gives an idea. Oh, does it show you like how many? Oh, it shows you how many you've seen. Oh, I see. Oh, we have a lot. Yeah, I also feel like they have explored each other's body yadis. And she seems to be really into Diane.
We'd fight. We fought on the beach once and I held Eve's head underwater.
Huh?
There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach. And I held her head under and I kept it out.
Can you pause?
And for
I feel like if you are being interviewed by the police about potentially murdering your husband, like you're a suspect, would you tell this story? Like, because I'm thinking that this is like a childhood story and Eve is like your sister. And it's like, I almost murdered my sister. It's like, why would you tell this story right now?
And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up afterwards. It was a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, where is her attorney? She's been talking a lot.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently.
Although none of these clips have anything to do with the watch.
The baby was what mattered.
Baby?
We helped each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar.
What?
We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us.
What?
So we then disprove it, rather than have it linger.
This is the
Body in the house and
third.
risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck.
Wait, so she did it. All right. She said it. Game over. See, we can get some nice music. All right, she did it. Am I done? Listen to the music. This is like, oh, you fucking did it, girl. It is. But yeah, I didn't do anything. I'm gonna search baby.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Was this music always playing? But like, I don't know, what is it that I am supposed to do? Because it's not like I can fill anything in or do anything.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity.
What's a glacier?
Mum and Dad, they had a spare room for us and the baby if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope. No, I lost the baby.
They lost the baby. There's no baby.
Miscarriage at 8 months.
At 8?
We carried on living at Simon's parents until
Can you have a miscarriage at 8? I mean, at 8 months, that's like, you're like done. Just take it out. You can? That's crazy. I was born after 8 months and I'm fine. I'm great. Nothing's gone wrong.
we carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
Wait, it was only a few months after. Why is this music playing? Like, is it? Did I find the hidden clip? I like imagine losing it 8 months. I mean, you're like pretty sure you're like done. You know that has been horrible.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Simon's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff. sad stuff about when we lived there, about the baby.
Mm-hmm.
There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags.
Not the bin bag.
Pulled them open, saw the body.
What?
I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
But whose body? Are we still talking about Simon? Oh! Oh, that's scary. That's me.
Yes.
I've forgotten to take notes.
I mean, you never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
I'm gonna search body. Oh, this music is getting really tense.
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes.
What, bruises? What does that have to do with metabolism?
I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policeman. I found the body.
Yeah, exactly.
His body. It didn't look real. His throat. It looked like his throat had been cut.
Cut?
And I didn't see his glasses, because he's thick.
He has glasses. Glasses?
He doesn't always wear. Really? Okay. Here's the rest. Oh, they laid a body on the doctor. Oh, the wind and the rain.
Woo!
Till a fiddler with a fiddle came walking by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle bow of her long hair. Oh, the wind and the rain.
This is a very strange police interview. Yeah, maybe she went loco.
Yes, the only tune that the fiddle could play was oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
This is not saying my husband has been murdered vibes.
Used as evidence against you. Can you imagine? I tried to get pregnant too, but it didn't happen.
You're lying.
I slept with so many boys, men. My body refused. I think my period stopped because hers had.
Hers?
I was pretty though. I mean, how could we stay the same now? Felt like Hannah had really fucked things.
Hannah?
Set us down separate paths. We had become different.
Oh, you have an evil twin? Hannah. Oh shit, everyone's something here.
My name is Hannah. H-A-N-N.
There are two different ladies we're talking to.
It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work if you mirror it though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith, I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Okay, so she's not Hannah.
What are you doing? I'm talking about Eve.
Oh yeah, I haven't searched Eve. I only know Hannah. Do you think it's the same? I don't like it when I see myself. I'm gonna quickly just. She has a wedding ring.
My name is Hannah.
But she has like the same ring. Do you think it's her and she's just like crazy?
Yes.
Oh shit! Lie
My name is
detector.
Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry. Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
I think it's like her. She thinks she's two people.
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
Let me do a quick search for Florence. Might not be super relevant, but whenever they drop a name. I've completely forgotten about Simon now. Simon who? Oh, there's a lot of Florence.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Stop showing me.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife.
She does not have a ring.
Carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Immortality after this one. Don't watch that one then, Psych, if you want to do it also.
She was a warm, kind person. But she was broken.
I thought about playing Telling Lies because it's on PC Game Pass, but it gets removed soon.
Found a biscuit tin.
But I didn't hear good things.
Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. her story wasn't there.
Her story.
I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand. I guess I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then.
I would remarry like 5 times if I became a widow in my 20s.
Marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know. No, it was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
This one is like, I love that one too. Okay, I'm gonna rewatch this one.
No, it was just me. No, it was just me.
Me and her, so Florence and her.
Eve was the name they were going to call their first child.
I have to search Eve.
We talked about it and I'm going to try when he came back.
You think... Okay, so you think it's Hannah and Eve?
Well, my friend Eve.
Friend.
I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Yeah, I also tried Pentiment. It's really good, but it's very slow. Yeah, my notes. I'm gonna.
A police station.
Police station.
Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in
Bob
London,
Dylan?
and we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him.
Poor Bob.
Taxi driver, we paid to drop us off. I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young. So
It's very slow, but it's fun. Pentiment.
so
It's also a murder mystery.
He picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. So my parents let me off.
Okay. Let's make a chapter 2 here. Eve. Hannah claims is friend. Eve is twin sister. Lived across the street with Florence. I'm gonna search for just something murdery, like blood. Oh, here we go. Oh, she's not even here.
Okay. I've given blood before. Do you need to take that for your records?
We also have to keep separated. Like, we have to try to figure out which clips is Hannah and which clips are Eve.
Nothing like this has ever happened to me before.
She messes around with her ring a lot.
The blood.
That blood.
It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
She's talking about her period.
Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people had been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. I mean, worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar yet.
She acts differently.
As good as new, he said.
When in this
But we had
clothes.
to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So, like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut.
Cut.
There was a lot of blood.
So much blood. What, you don't like my notes?
Instead,
It's telling me what he's worn, and that's about it.
she was sat behind him.
She
had my wig on.
wig? You have a wig?
And she'd been there all day. And she had blood on her.
Yeah, I'm gonna search a wig next.
And she was in shock.
Oh, there's a lot on wig.
A wig? You mean? But what type of wig?
I mean, any wig. How many people have wigs?
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
She's so stressed in these clips.
This
Tattoo?
person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Is a cat flap like a cat door? Have you looked at the cat flap? Wait, I'm gonna search. Blonde wig. With an in there, that's fine. Cat flap.
No.
This is circling back to Helen. She's blonde.
After the wedding, after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow, so we were separated.
Yeah,
again.
this is Eve.
I stayed in the attic. It was hard.
In their attic.
It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognised me, I started wearing a wig.
Oh.
Hannah and I would meet up in the park.
Oh.
I was trying to get pregnant,
With Hannah?
but I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs, in parks, in alleyways. I was 17.
What?
It felt like I was being punished.
There's so much. These girls have so much herstory.
I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
Okay, the story so far. 2 sisters are born. One sister is taken away by the midwife to be raised across the street in secret. They then become friends even though they look the same, everyone thinks they're friends. And then Hannah gets together with Simon. They try to have a child, but the child dies in the 11th hour. And then Eve tries to get pregnant for Hannah, but fails. She gets an STD. But then Hannah gets pregnant, she gets fat and flushed. And Eve can't look at her anymore, because now she's been banging all those dudes in the alleyways for nothing. And then she kills Simon. There we have it. There we have it.
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing, she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
This is where the bruise comes in.
This was 9. This was...
About 9. Simon left the house at 8.
She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing, she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
But that must have happened in between interviews, because she doesn't... Does she have the bruise here at 30? No.
I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
Wait, I don't understand the timeline for the bruise. I mean, she might not even be talking about 9 on like the day that Simon goes missing. Let's search pregnant. Now she has a bruise. 25th.
Our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
I'm just gonna write up 25th, was it like 6th? Hannah has a bruise. It might not be relevant, but...
Yes, I'm fine.
So is this Eve?
I won't be sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant. It's morning sickness.
Do you think Eve has had sex with Simon?
No. Well, yes. He found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant. It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much? When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly, and I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine.
I can tell if she has a bruise.
There's a scratch on the car.
No, I think it's just her blush. I'm gonna write punch. Nothing? Bruce.
Bruce? Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen and the chair slipped and I kind of hit the door with my face.
You're a liar.
It hurt like hell. If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too. A grazed knee, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull our harness to match. Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. But she almost went too far.
Eve,
She was about I for days.
a little bit of a hoe.
She snuck a frozen piece up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies was synchronised anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
What's a knit? Let me see this one again.
If one of us
Fucking.
If one of us got
But like,
hurt,
is she living up in the attic as a child?
too. A grazed knee, a bruise.
But like, why are they doing this?
When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull our harness to match. Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. But she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. But she snuck a frozen piece up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies was synchronised anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
I don't think you can sync stomach bugs. Well, I mean, yeah, if you like hang out with each other a lot.
She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car.
So she can drive.
You can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl.
Carl?
I met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity.
What is happening?
It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
I'm so happy. Like, I have an avatar today, but I wish that you could see my face right now. I'm like, what is happening? This herstory is crazy. Hairbrush, no I'm kidding. I'm garma gagging right now, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, why are they doing this? We have to like, okay, let's search like secret.
I hoover, I dust.
I hoover. This is Hannah.
I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better.
Who's Eleanor?
When I was there, she was hoovering every day. Ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front.
It's an old woman.
She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she
Doug.
smokes.
Eleanor and Doug.
When I was there, I saw her She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that. It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
Wait, what do you mean your husband? Aren't you Eve? Also, okay, Oxford.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book. The knock code.
The knock code! She was knocking!
Prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
What did she say it was called?
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book. The knock code.
Knock code. I'm gonna add this one to session. I'm gonna write knock and code. And then I'm gonna write code. I'm gonna write knock. Fuck, I don't remember. I think I can write Eve, and I should get that other knocking one again. Yeah, it's this one.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Wait, this is so confusing. So the other sister isn't Eve? Or is she saying like Hannah, Hannah, Hannah like to herself? Because I think this is Hannah.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Knock code and sesh. We have to solve this knocking. Communicate. Really? How many clips? How far in are we? We have so many we haven't seen. What was that book called? Or is it right book? Maybe it'll come up again. These others. Well, whatever. We can watch book.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself.
I'm so invested.
That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off with the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read.
Oh, it's like me.
Paper or a menu in a restaurant. Not books so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
He's like me. He's like, he needs them to see, but he doesn't wear them that often.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children.
It is the Rapunzel
I read
thing.
these fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour?
Let's do this again.
My Hoover, my dust.
Oh, but that's that one. That's a long one.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. Yeah. Plus, he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale.
Are they all in love with the same dude? Is Eva the one who likes the Rapunzel books? I feel like it is. Wait, was this one also about... I'm so confused about who's who. Oh yeah, we haven't gone into Eleanor and Doug, but they don't seem super relevant. We have the wig thing. Who has the tattoo? Who likes the Rapunzel? Worked. Notes makes no sense. Worked at what the fuck's a glacier together? I feel like all of this, like the story that they're saying here, like this story.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a
Like this seems like this is when they're very young.
That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful.
Because they're like talking about, oh, they're like little boys, young boys.
He had a sense of craftsmanship.
This circles back to Eric.
Stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. Yeah.
Oh, glassworker. Oh yeah, they did say that. They did say that.
He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books. Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised.
We're getting any work done, Warden.
We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was
Okay, this is when they first meet each other.
I think I was 5.
Okay, they met at
It was
5.
my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday. I waved back and...
Exactly back to party house. Her stories are weird.
Copying each other's movements.
Okay, we have to like start a new, because like I'm over Simon here, dude. Simon is old stuff. Now we have Hannah and Eve. I'm gonna question mark Eve because like I'm not even sure that that's her name. Met at 5. Are twins. I was gonna say right, same birthday, but I feel like that's that's understood. I want to find out more about Eve and Simon's relationship. I'm gonna write glacier.
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the Glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
Charging cradle? I don't want to search for the hairbrush, I don't want to know. I could search virginity or something.
Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the glaciers.
Her and Simon? I feel like that could... Okay, I'm gonna write that as in like... Hannah met Simon at 17 at the glaciers? Question mark?
No. Everyone loved Simon. He's a glazier, he doesn't have much money. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna search virginity. Yeah, it's only this one clip. I don't want to rewatch it. I don't want to watch it again. It was like a date. Like going on a date.
No, he was as shy as me. I asked a friend to ask him out for me.
One virginity clip, but there are two of the same lady.
Odeon and North End.
Odeon and North End.
Business. I had on my one best dress. Simon paid. He bought me a whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth. Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date, we went to see Tom Cruise at the old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another card on our hands, and the Ouija board had said.
Ouija board? What is going on with these ladies?
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him.
Girl, she had a hairbrush up there. Let her have this one.
I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
I'm so confused by their story. Okay, we have the search Ouija board. But there was this other thing also. Risky Business. Is he in that movie? Tom Cruise. He is, right? Wait, which movie is Risky Business? I have to double check. I have to fact check. So I know that they're like telling the same story. Yeah, he's in there. He's in there. The thing that I feel is the weirdest is that like she talks about Hannah, but Hannah does not ever talk about her. So it could still be that they are the same person, because like her story is so unbelievable. You were raised secretly in an attic. Like for real. Plus it bothers me. Remember she said like, oh, I only had the one good dress, and then she says the exact same way. We only had the one good dress. You know? And it's like, maybe that's the only way to say that you only have one good dress in British. I don't know. But it's a little weird. Okay, I'm gonna Ouija board. I can't spell it. Ooh. Wait, is it spelled like this? No? Ouija board.
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign.
Huh?
You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon.
What a
We
sign.
used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him. That's what we thought then. That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind. We used to share dreams. We used to wake up and write them down in our diaries immediately and compare them.
I want to make a search for diary.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. Helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page. When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother.
It was before Florence then.
I burned the diary that day and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Oh, that's when she moved in. Okay, we have to write that up. Eve, still question mark. V's mother. Florence? Question mark. Died when Eve was 8. She went to Hannah.
Just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Like, this has to be such a boring life. Like, you know, people who have like a double life, at least they live 2 lives. But these ladies, they live like half a life each. What's the point? Like, why are they doing it? That's what I want to find out, because it makes no sense. Like, it can't be fun.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. Helps make sense of my day.
She also says everyone's on the same page.
Put something into words. Just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
I want to find out more about when she like moves in. Can I write move in?
Yes.
That's very broad of a search.
Parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things.
We've seen this one, right? Didn't it say we
I
hadn't?
didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
These are my favorite interviews because they're so unhinged.
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper, curtains. Hannah insists the attic we left as it was. Dollhouse and all.
Dollhouse, huh?
Never went up there.
How would you just never go up on your attic?
Then she told me she wanted to help more. She said I should move in with her. She would come clean with Simon about me. I was family. I couldn't have a baby in a bedsit. I told her I didn't want to tell Simon. Told her to wait for the time being.
But she told her and now he's dead.
When she went home, Simon had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had. She knew that instant. The look on his face.
But I mean, imagine you marry someone and move in with them, and then that person is like, oh, by the way, I have a twin sister I haven't told you about. She's been fucking you half the time. I hope you're okay with that and we can all just live together. Like, how did you think that was gonna go? I'm gonna search attic. I need to figure out more about this Secret Sisters living situation.
Yes, I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic.
This is Hannah.
It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make.
I think just a ring.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else?
Hairs?
Could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there? I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it.
There's a lot of talk about the dollhouse.
Huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, and gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Moths go, ah! Especially if they're trapped in dollhouses. Or is there a dollhouse? I have to pee. In real life. Dollhouse, we've seen them all. Moth. What could be a good search? I want to know more about the language. Their secret language. I want to know more about... yeah, we never found... Psych, where the fuck could they have been? We were everywhere. That's kind of crazy. I'm gonna search blonde. There's a new... Oh, please don't sing another song.
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay? Probably needs tuning.
Does she not have a tattoo?
How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street. Sisters came walking by the sea.
Oh, this is the start of the song.
The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So they both had a love for the captain's son.
Are you just telling the entire story of your song?
But he only cared for the youngest one. All that dreadful wind. Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with her pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down.
Oh, the wind and the rain.
Watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind and
the fuck do you float down?
So I think that's a good place to stop.
I already heard a weird part. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom super fast. This is getting interesting and intense. How many have we like found? Oh, there's still so much. I have one missing volume. Is that the one that got lost? Alright, I'm just going to the bathroom super fast. It'll only be like a minute. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Dude, there's so much to go through. There's babies, there's wigs, there's romance, there's dollhouses, there's secret codes, secret Morse codes. There's singing and guitar. Where do we even start? I think we might have to go through more with the baby. If I do like miscarriage, what a fun search. Oh, there's a lot about it here. Okay, let's go.
Then my parents died.
Holy shit.
It was the worst year of my life. The miscarriage and then my parents.
Okay, rough year. Miscarriage and parents same year. Then they moved into the parents' house.
Yeah. They'd gone to bed feeling ill. Thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful.
Wait, they both died at the same time?
So soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
Toto? Wait, Toto's being mischievous. Okay, timeline so far. She gets pregnante. She has miscarriage after 8 months. Then the parents die. Then they move in. She must have gotten pregnant. Did we figure out when? How old she was when she got pregnant? I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, I was infertile thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
And that's when she, sister, had to go having sex with dudes in the woods.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Derek had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then...
That's good for the timeline. Let's search school and maybe we can find out more about their like childhood. Oh my god, good spelling. School.
Yeah, when I was at school, I worked part-time in the front shop.
Of the
Sort of
glacier.
an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything though, I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
What's a till?
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids.
We're coming back to Doug here.
So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us, there's always been pressure. Mum and Dad had never had any
Kassamaskinen
reason to
typ.
notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games. And that Eve was our imaginary friend.
Okay, she is Eve.
Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. My mum was amazed. Mum and Dad never knew what was going on.
Or then maybe you have
Secretive.
someone in your wall, like a
Also
ghost.
think that would use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam. There were lots of differences between us. Some things one is better than the other at.
You were correct. Cash register but British. I'm gonna search sex.
Really? You're going to ask me about my sex life?
I'm sorry.
I mean, isn't that private?
This is definitely Hannah. She's not so open. Kassamaska
Are you
Blaska,
married?
yes.
How is your sex life?
Oh, she really doesn't want to talk about it. Maybe I wouldn't either if I had a hairbrush
So,
up at me.
our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage.
10 years of
You're
marriage.
the wrong person if you think I'm some kind of slut. If you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys.
10 years of marriage. 10 years of marriage to Simon. Might be relevant.
No, I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him.
So she lost her virginity with Carl. Wait, she said that before, right? Okay, well then this is definitely Eve.
We did it in a church once. It's stupid.
So Eve has tattoo. That's now
So he
confirmed.
got tired of us and we split
Where
up
did I
after
write
about 6
that?
months.
I don't understand my
sad.
notes anymore.
Those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know?
We'll just remember this is Eve.
Family.
Let's search. Was it Carl? I already forgotten.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first.
But you just said.
That would have been Carl.
Oh.
He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit.
Is she bleeding from her
He
nose?
wasn't sexy. We were 15. Family.
Wait, 15?
So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
Toto? Should Warden get a taco? He doesn't care. Oh, he did a little. Yeah. That could mean yes. Can you understand English? Toto, ska Warden äta en taco? He said again. He's not super invested in your breakfast, I'm sorry. I think he's more interested if he's gonna get a taco. And the answer is no. No, you will not, Toto. Alright, new search. I was thinking maybe we should just try something like marriage.
Simon was very moral about that sort of thing. He wouldn't just walk out there and sleep with anyone. He wasn't that kind of guy. He took his marriage very seriously. After the kiss, the next time, he took me back to the house, to our parents' house, to their house. So, it was definitely him. I sometimes think he wanted to get caught to prove to himself that we were different people. He told me about his marriage, told me how his wife was completely different to me. I almost burst out laughing.
Wait. So this almost seems to be like a different thing. Where has she like introduced herself to Simon on her own? I wonder if did this happen after the sister told him? I'm gonna search confess to maybe find out more about that.
Okay.
This tattoo is so fake looking. You can like see the edges. Just a fucking like rub on.
It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic.
Wait, so do you think Simon had an affair with Eve? I'm gonna search romantic.
Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing the bar again, and there he was. And again the next week, he offered to buy me a meal. I told him I had already eaten, and so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to kiss him. Romantic.
Oh, this has to be the clip right before that other she talked about the kiss thing. Let's search kiss. Maybe we can find them in order. I've got a new one. Was it this one?
Hannah was so smitten.
No, it's like this one.
Nothing else happened that night.
Yeah.
We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing the bar
No, this is the
again.
one we just watched, is this one.
After the kiss, the next time, he took me back to the house, to our parents' house, to their house. So, it was definitely him.
I don't understand that
He wanted
sentence.
to get caught to prove to himself that we were different people. He told me about his marriage, told me how his wife was completely different to me. I almost burst out laughing.
What does she mean by it was definitely him? Does he also have a twin brother? What if he also has a fucking twin brother, dude?
Yes. I thought about telling Hannah. I felt guilty after the kiss. But then it began to feel like this was the way it should be. Sharing, like we had before. He never mentioned her to me. There was the Simon with me and the Simon with her. It was almost like it was a different Simon. But
Twin. What if one Simon is alive? There were also two Simons.
twins.
This is a new. We don't have this interview. I think.
Are you really asking me that question?
This is Hannah. You can hear they speak very differently.
Are you out of your mind? Twins. There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did.
British people and the royals.
When her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
What year is this supposed to be? What year did she die? I don't even remember. Let's search something more murdery again. I think that we have to start circling back to Simon's dead body. I'm gonna search dead.
It's all that matters really, the baby. Simon's dead, but the baby, that's how he will live on. Our baby.
Wait, is it Hannah or Eve that's pregnant? No. Currently.
You're reaching here. Oh, I don't know why. No, I've never cheated on anyone. I've never taken anything from anyone. Simon is dead.
This is Eve.
Baby to care for. Why are you trying to make me sad? Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs?
I searched it once, lady, alright? Calm down.
You cheated on your wife. Is this your thing? Rehearsed.
We
You
have.
ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer. Is that your evidence? Of course I thought about what happened then. It's all I've thought about. My husband is dead.
Maybe we should search husband. Husband.
I haven't been into work. I guess I've just been waiting to hear from you, hear from my husband. When you suspect someone of murdering their husband,
These are short clips.
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother.
He has a brother.
I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do, to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple. I know it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would, distract you from what was important. It's different now. Now he's...
Glasgow. Okay, I'm gonna search brother. Oh no, I've seen them all. I'm gonna search Glasgow. Glasgow.
I got in the car and I drove. And just kept driving north. Just kept going.
And this game is fun though, but I mean you have to get into it, I guess.
When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
Where's Glasgow?
Yes.
Is it far away from where she is normally?
I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past.
Rubbish truck. Oh, they're so cute. Brits. Got some petrol.
From a payphone and then headed back.
Need some petrol for my rubbish truck.
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Oh, how can I find more? How can I find out more about the brother without searching brother? Sibling. I can spell. Who uses the word sibling? I mean, a British person would, but his throat was slit. Let's search a knife. Ooh.
Well, she has a knife. She's been cooking.
What was she cooking?
I guess she's been cooking him his favourite meal. She's his wife. And he's asleep and she doesn't want to wake him because he's ill. That's why she's sad. Because he's ill and he might die. It's kind of a sad story, so I'm not sure how it ends.
Why are they talking about like stories and stuff?
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself. I wanted to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that. My reflection would always leave her house and go on adventures, but I never could. Mother taught me at home, and I had books and TV. Oh, TV was magical, but it was only on when it wanted to be, so I spent a lot of time reading books.
What's chit chat? How's it going down there? You done? Huh? I can't write. I can't respond. I can only write N. Oh, I can only write yes and no. You done? No. Buzz when you're ready. Wait, I can't be ready. I'm not ready. Let's search kill.
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him. I mean, what if they were crazy? You hear about these crazy people all the time. I mean, why would anyone who knew Simon want to kill him?
I was in Glasgow. Do you think Hannah? Let's search for this Doug guy. Doug.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
Could that be Simon's parents?
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in, Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. But he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to.
She's sissy.
I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, how
I
did this?
decided to come and see you. That enough?
Hannah's sissy. I mean, everything about this is sissy.
1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer.
Sissy. With a U.
It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist.
Was it entomologist?
It was because of the heat. It's just awful.
Yeah, this is the 90s, like, can't you tell on the computer? Bug scientist. Oh, they had a bunch of worms. Let's search parents. Parent. Mom. I'm sorry. Mum. Dad.
No. The whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't.
We should search cellar, because that's where they found the body.
Dad used to grow mushrooms there.
In the cellar.
The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
Search sissy, or I'll do that.
No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
Oh yeah, the cat flap. Never searched for the cat flap.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms.
Oh, that's how they died.
They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, I mean, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
Let's do Sissy. Let's do Cat Flap.
No, no cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
You were thin, like Slender Man. Death Cap.
I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time. I was depressed, was still pretty sick of the STD. And I came down one morning and they were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot. And I slept through it. The police said it was mushrooms they ate. Dad was a mushroom expert. I mean, he used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognise them. And there's no way you would have picked death caps. But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
Yeah, I'm gonna search mushrooms. They never even looked in the attic. Let's sort of do a Domino first. I don't think it's gonna give that much. She's only gonna corroborate, I guess.
Domino. He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other.
Oh.
Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing.
I think it's the year's finding something important.
And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
Mushroom. Mushrooms. It's the same. Okay, we've seen all about that. Poison.
At the time they said it was poison. Food poisoning.
Food
And I
poisoning.
felt so guilty. If I'd still been at home, maybe I could have done something. I don't know.
She wasn't home, but Eve was home. What happens if I search Eve? I haven't even searched. Just like the name. Wait, have I?
My mother called me Eve.
Maybe search mother. I'm gonna search mom.
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's silent. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out. I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother.
Okay, I got an achievement. 50% of
She was a girl,
database
by the way,
accessed.
the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name. Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me.
Eve is also
She
symmetrical.
wanted a story.
Tell the
A
story.
real life fairy tale.
But tell it in this clip. Fuck! Bitch! Let's search raised. Let's search childhood.
Childhood sweethearts. Something like that. Are you married, detective?
Let's search married.
17.
Did I write that up?
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates. We could argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help. He tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive.
Yeah, it's 13:47, dude.
Directly about anything.
Argue. Fight. Mad. Father. Fucking song again. Cat flap. Did I ever search for it? Maybe I did. Let's see, what do we want to know more about? I still want to know more about the secret language. What if I search language? Nothing. I've searched code, right? I have. Morse. No. Jenny. No. I'm gonna try Ava, but I don't think it matters. We never searched for the mom. Her name was like Eleanor? I have it written. Eleanor. One new one.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day.
This has to be Hannah.
Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Is this relevant, do you think? Where would she drop it?
I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Fuck.
No, I'm okay. Fuck.
I think she leaves here.
Are you arresting me? No. Fuck off.
Oh,
Open this door.
open this door.
For fuck's sake. Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you.
You still have not gotten a lawyer. I think this is relevant because you think that she switches shirts here. I'm gonna write shirt switch question mark. That's next day though. I'll write spill. I'll write coffee. Yeah, I'm not saying that this is the new this, but I'm just saying that like we should remember this date here. I'm gonna write here. What date was it? 0107. 0107. What time? 14:22. Spilled coffee on shirt. I'm gonna change. As in change clothes, the shirt maybe.
I don't know if anyone really changes. You just become more yourself. Simon was my prince, and that hasn't changed.
They both like stories and stuff. When I was trying to identify who's who, I was like, Eve likes stories. No, they all like stories. Oh yeah, I was gonna search tea. Abilities is...
Tea.
Oh, it's tea. Of course they're British.
A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Just one sugar.
You watch Love Island, you know everything about the Brits.
Okay.
You have 2 cups.
I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, No answer.
Oh, this is the tea kettle
I took my
thing.
keys out of my bag.
That's a long one.
Maybe a fresh cup of tea?
How many teas has she had?
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road.
Oh my god, it's the exact same thing.
House. I knocked on the door. No answer.
Wait, it's the exact same story, but...
The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg.
Wait, she's saying the exact same story twice?
I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper.
This is word for word.
Touched the kettle. It was cold.
We have to look at the dates here.
Nothing. I walked upstairs.
This is 1420. This is 1420. She's about to spill.
Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you.
I think in the first clip she just says Doug and Eleanor. I don't think she says parents. But that's 1420.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I
This is so much earlier.
Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper.
They're still writing that diary with each other.
I touched the kettle.
Or it's
cold.
the same person. I'm still
I
unsure.
looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor.
Exactly, she says Doug and Eleanor.
And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna search cellar, by the way, because I think I forgot last time. I didn't. Basement. Bag. It was in bags.
When will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but...
They let me take a bag of clothes with me. Oh my god, I'm like so... I also don't really know what to search for anymore. Maybe we have to try to get more specific with the searches and not just like one word all the time. I'm gonna search job. Work.
No. I'm not sure what strange would be, but he hasn't been acting odd. He's been busy at work, but nothing too stressful.
Is it more chit chat? No. Oh, I feel like we have so many parts, but I can't connect them together. Maybe we should continue to... Oh yeah, could you search for the date? Not sure. Search for like a time. Oh, let's search 1347. No, it doesn't work. I mean, I'm assuming that that would just break the entire game if I could just search all the videos in order. What does this mean? Oh, these are previous searches. There's 61 for Simon. Oh, this is good because now we can like try to narrow them down. What did I have for brother? I feel like it was weird and nothing showed up for brother. Only 2. Isn't that strange? I want to see them again.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work, mirror making, feature windows, artistic things, really beautiful things. She's crying, I guess.
Well, that's like a story thing. I don't know if it's relevant. When did we...
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder.
These are the first ones.
What can I do to help? Yeah, that's me.
I think it's murder.
February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Let's search February. But wait, this is good because she's looking at a picture, but that picture isn't those pictures.
Well, I don't know. I probably had to pop out and get something. That's why I was speeding.
Oh, it's
And that wouldn't have been noted on my timesheet. But I really can't remember back to February.
I'm gonna search like months ago. She only said it there. Months.
You must be desperate for leads if you're getting hung up over 6-month-old speeding tickets.
It's irrelevant though. It must be relevant, right? February. February was 6 months ago. According to this. Let's do anniversary. Circle back to that weird clock thing.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Suspect.
Okay. So you want to eliminate me as a suspect?
You want to eliminate me?
That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow, can't be in 2 places at once.
Yeah, exactly. She was like, okay, fine, I wasn't in Glasgow.
This is the 3rd day running you called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. And they say you've been asking a lot of questions about me. Should I be worried? Am I a suspect?
Yeah, we searched Doug, but we could see how many hits we got. Doug. Only 6. But I would like to try to narrow down Simon, because we got like 60 fucking hits for Simon. We have not seen all of those. Where's Simon? Up there. There's 61 hits for Simon. Let's do like Simon kill. Is this how you were supposed to search if you wanted more? Simon dead. Simon love.
Thanks. Please find Simon. I love him so much.
Here we didn't know he was dead yet. 18th.
No. I mean, he was... Everyone loves Simon. He was so nice to everyone. He loves me.
I'm gonna have to start keeping track of the dates. I hate keeping track of numbers. We have to circle back, try to find like the absolute first interview where she's still like reporting him missing. You know? Didn't she say like I came to you?
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house.
Oh, you can search
Eric,
dates.
his boss and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diana's a really good cook. Into her trendy.
I'll do this. Missing.
I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do, to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple. I know it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would, distract you from what was important. It's different now. Now he's...
Okay, so now you know he's dead. On the 27th, she knows he's dead. Let's do Simon dead again.
That's all that matters, really. The baby. Simon's dead. But the baby, that's how he will live on. Our baby.
But is she the one that is pregnant? Pregnant. I have to figure out if it's Hannah or...
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big power.
But this is the first pregnancy.
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay, she's pregnant here. I think this is Hannah.
Again. This happens some days.
I'm gonna search sick. I've seen them.
I was living in the attic.
Oh yeah, this is... Oh, we should search the STD. Oh, we've seen it. How can we still narrow down? Simon job. Simon Eve. Simon Hannah.